start with chapter 3, VRP basics. So what is VRP? It's versatile routing platform, is a universal OS platform for Huawei Datacom products. Okay, like we have Cisco IOS for Cisco switches and router. No, like that. VRP is the universal OS platform for Huawei device. Okay, we discuss about the VRP basics, how to use the CLI of VRP, how to use the what are the commands for CLI access. Okay, command line access. So overview of VRP. So it's a universal OS platform for Huawei Datacom products. Okay, so it's used in Ethernet switches, service gateway, etc. It provides a user interface. Okay, for users to write the commands and all. Management interface. So we can tell it to this which one that Huawei switches and routers by using this VRP. Okay, so we can communicate also. Then development of VRP. There are different versions. Okay, started from VRP 1, then 2, then 3, then now we are 8th version. Okay, so you can see that. Okay, so 8th version has multiple process, no multi-processing, and we have support for multi-CPU, multi-chases. Okay, so we have multiple CPUs now. We have now in Windows also when you start with only individual CPU, a single CPU. Now we have multiple CPU, multiple processors, core, everything, dual core, like that. Here we have. Okay. So latest one is VRP 8. So VRP 5 is the previous one. It also has high performance applicable to various Huawei products. VRP 3 is the second last one. Okay, then before that VRP 3, then distributed platform. It supports various features. It has core routers. VRP 2 has distributed design, and VRP 1 centralized design. So there is no distributed or centralized one only. Applicable to low machines, low-end devices. Okay, low performance. So lowest performance with lowest device support. No, that is will be VRP 1. So the latest one is VRP 8, 2009. Okay, as per our which one documents 2009. The latest one VRP. Okay, we'll check that. Then file system. File system is the one which manage files and directories in the storage media. How do we store the files? How do we create directories? Okay, like commands are used. Okay, mkdir like that. Linux based commands are used. Okay, allowing users to view, create, rename, and delete directories. Okay, you can create a directory like mkdir, rename a directory, rename command. Okay, then we can view the directories, then delete directories, copy, move, rename, delete, everything we can do. Even the files also we can do. This is done in file system. Okay, so there we have 4 things: system software, configuration file, patch file, PA file. Common file types. So there are 4 types of common files in Huawei VRP. Okay, system software, it is a software used for running the machine. Okay, so device startup. For starting up the device, we need like we need bootloader software like that. Okay, in Windows, the same here system software, and providing support, management, and service for a device. Okay, common file extension is .cc. System software is used for device startup. For starting up the device, so we need bootloader software like that. We have some software is there for the operation of the machine. For managing the device, we need system software. The extension is .cc. Configuration means, say, in your Cisco, we know no the configuration file like which contains the whatever commands you type, no, like running configuration or startup configuration. Okay, those configuration contains like host name, passwords, IP address, everything is called which one configuration file. Okay, contains the stores the configuration commands. Okay, enable the device to start with the configuration. Whatever configuration we have in the file, the device will start with that. Okay, that's why whenever you do some changes, no, we'll save that by typing copy run start. That means running configuration, whatever you type, it will be copied to startup. So the next time when the device boots up, no, they will start from the stored configuration. The host name will be R1 like that. Okay. Common file extension is .cfg, zip, and patch. Patch is another file. It's a kind of a software used to fix the bugs. Okay, bug means that errors or some. To fix those things, we have patches. Extension is .patch. PAF, actually product features and resource. Okay, so its extension is .ping. So remember the file system means used to store the file. How do we store the file? How do we delete the file? How do we create the directory? How do we store the directory? How do we delete the directory? Everything is file system. They'll manage. Four types of files: system software, configuration file, patch file, path file. Okay, already written here. Okay, then storing media. Like in Cisco, we have SD-RAM. See, SD-RAM was not there. I think it's RAM. Here SD-RAM, flash, NVRAM, SD card, USB. Okay. What is SD-RAM? Synchronous dynamic random access memory, like your RAM. When the power goes, no, the data will be lost. Okay. Equivalent to computer's memory. Store systems running config. Whatever you do without saving, no, before saving, whatever you do running config, they are stored in SD-RAM. In Cisco, it is stored in RAM. Here it is SD-RAM. Flash memory is non-volatile. That means even though the power goes also, the data will not be deleted. Data will not be erased. Okay. Even though the can avoid data loss in case of power off also. Okay. Is used to store the system software, configuration file, and patch files, path files are all uploaded by the person and they will be stored in flash memory SD card. Okay. So here, in flash, in Cisco flash memory, we store the iOS. No, here also those things, the system software related files, path, all are stored in the flash memory. Okay, NVRAM, non-volatile RAM, to store log buffer files. Okay, it's also non-volatile random access means no, when the power goes also the data will not be lost, will be there. Okay, the logs, okay, whatever logs where it will be stored in the buffers. Okay, that will be returned to flash memory after the timer expires. Whenever the buffer is full, okay, these logs will be returned back to flash. Okay, we store the log and later on it will return to flash. Then SD card, to avoid data loss, we can keep an SD card. Okay, it has a large storage capacity. Okay, used to store system files, configuration file, log file, everything. Then USB, that plug and play removable device is connected to interface. We can connect that as an interface to store large capacity of storage for device upgrade data transfer. Okay, upgrading the device or updating something, we can store all those big information, huge data into USB. Okay, so NVRAM flash will be containing system software, patch and path file. SD-RAM is like your RAM running configuration. NVRAM we can store that logs, maybe like startup configuration will be in NVRAM. SD card and USB for storing huge capacity of data. Okay, mentioned over here. Device initialization process. No, there you remember we have bootloader software, we have post power on self test to check the hardware working properly, memory is connected properly, all those things done in Cisco. Here also, when the device powered on, we run a software called as boot ROM software. Why do we use that software? Initialize hardware and display hardware parameters. Okay, so what about the hardware, memory, the RAM, everything will be initialized. And we can display the parameters. Okay, see here, what is the date of creating BIOS, basic input output service, then what is the DD RAM sliced or not, memory test done or not, okay, copying data, all those things. Okay, runs the system software, reads the configuration file from default storage path. Okay, so whatever configuration we have stored, no, it will be read. Okay, it will read that configuration file. Okay, so these are bootloader, boot read-only memory, boot ROM, set of programs added to ROM chip. It's a part of ROM chip. Okay, stores device important input output program. As I told you, post power on cell test. It will test the hardware and software, no, hardware device, memory, RAM, everything, CPU connected properly or not. They will be checked by post. All those things are stored in boot ROM. Okay, and system settings of the device, its clock, its date, everything. Startup self-check program. It's like post. Okay, checking the program to check whether the system is working properly. And system automatic startup configuration. All these things are written in the boot ROM. Okay, so here startup interface provides information about running program of system like shown running VRP version, which version of the VRP is OS is running here. Okay, then loading path. How do we load the OS path? Okay, that one. Then how do we manage the device? So we want to access that router or the switch. How do you access the device? Okay, how do we manage web-based and CLI? Web-based means the where's the web-based? Here. From the computer, you open the browser and it is connected to the router already. Okay, so from the browser, it will give the IP address of the router. Then we can access the web access of each one router. Then give the username password. Then you can enter the router and you can manage it. This web-based access. Okay, that's what mentioned here. Okay, web-based means GUI. You can easily manage the device by accessing via HTTP website. Okay, browser. CLI means you want to write the command to access the router. Like you remember, no, when you are opening Cisco router, we have to write s enable. Then we have to write will reach configures. Enable means will be user exit mode. Okay. And then next will be privilege mode. There will be typing say show commands, or we want to go to the configuration. We'll type config space t. All those things here also we use commands. Okay. Console is there, telnet is SSH. Different modes are there. Okay. Then VRP user interfaces, we have console and V2A. You know, for the first time when you are configuring device, you have to connect the console port. Okay, through the serial port, we'll connect that computer to console port of the router or switch. Then you'll open the putty. In putty, you will type the IP address of the device. Then you can enter, or you will be like, see, I'll show you that. This one, where is that one? This one, see. This is a console CLI local login. Okay, console. See, I'll connect a console cable to the console port and here the COM port of computer. Then what I will do, I'll open the putty. In the putty software, I will choose the serial, then the COM number, port number will be mentioned, then open. Then we can see the router. You have to configure this one. Okay, this is what CLI. Remote login means if you want to access the switch or router from a remote place, you can choose SSH option. First time you're logging means you want to go for serial. Okay. First time you're opening the switch or router, nothing is there means go for serial. Then the port number you have to mention in the computer to connect to this switch. Then open the putty software, click open. Then you can see that command line window. You can restart configure. But here I already have the IP address for the router. Then I can access the router via telnet or SSH. Telnet is not secure, so we'll go for SSH. When you click SSH, we'll give the IP address of router management IP. Then open. Then you can see the command prompt of which one router. Then you can start doing the configuration. Okay, that's what mentioned there. Then we have, so we have see BTY is actually telnet interface. Okay, so we have to access the switch via telnet. We can go for BTY interface. Okay, which is console. Then you remember in Cisco device we have enable or user exit mode, then privilege mode, then hash, then we have global configuration mode, interface mode like that. Okay. Here we have VRP user levels. User level 0 means visit level. Like we can have only ping and trace command here. Okay. Then user level 1 means we can monitor any that all the show commands, system maintenance commands, include display commands, show commands all here. User level 2, here you can write the configuration commands, or routing commands, IP configuration, interface, everything. Then user level 3 to 15, you can have all the remaining commands like how to access the file system, FTP, TFTP, telnet, SSH, all those things coming under the user level 3 to 15. Okay. So how do we log into the router through web system? I told you, open the computer will be connected to the router. Router will have an IP address. Then I will open the browser in my computer. Then I will enter the IP address of router. Login page will come, username and password, and class login. Okay. Then CLI login, I told you, we have to connect the COM port. First thing is COM port. Then first thing you're configuring means open the switch or router console port. I connect the console cable to the COM port of computer. Then what I will do, I want to open the putty software or hyperterminal. Better you go for putty. We'll do this in the next class. Okay, in routing switching, the real device activity will be on next Monday. So that time, okay. So putty configuration, there you have to mention which port number. So COM port or serial port of PC, that port number you can check in the device driver. You can check that. Okay. Settings, the same port number, data transfer is 9600, baud rate. Okay. Serial cable can open, then you can configure the router, give IP address, name, host name, everything. Second method is like a telnet or remote access, SSH or telnet. SSH is secured one. So what I will do, same putty, but I have an IP address or router. Give the IP. Port number for SSH is 22, telnet is 23, I think 2021. Check that port number. Okay. Open, then you can see the router here. Okay. Command line. First thing is like the user exit mode. No, the first mode here. You can type only ping and trace. If you want to go to the next level, the next mode, you'll go and type sys command. Then system view. This is like your hash mode where you can type all the show commands. Okay, if you want to go to configuration mode, you can type configuration, then go to configuration. Okay, so this is the first command. You will type sys, then go to the system view. There we have which one, all the display command. Then when you type configuration, you can go for configuration, like interface configuration or router configuration. Okay. Basic commands for this one. See, example one. Every command has a command word, keyword, parameter. See, example, I put a command display IP interface GE00. What will we do? Like we have show IP interface G0 bar 0. No? So it will display details of the interface GE00. So first one, command is display. Keyword is command is display. Okay. See, display is the command word. IP is keyword. Parameter name interface parameter value G00. Example 2, reboot. It is used to restart device. Okay. So reboot, the word is reboot. Okay. Then we have different command view: user view, system view, interface view, protocol view. Okay. User view, you can only check the status and statics of device. You can say we can have that ping command. Or system view means we can here we can just check the running status of device. Okay. System view, you can set the parameters. To enter the configuration mode, you have to go to system view only. Okay. Then interface views, there we can configure the interfaces. Protocol view, we can configure the protocols, no OSPF or whatever protocol we can configure here. Okay, different different modes. User view is the first view displayed after you log into device. You can use only query and tool commands. Okay, in the user view, you can access the system view. Okay, see here, this is user view. Okay, from here you can go to system view. From here you can go to interface or protocol view. So this one, see, this is user view. This first mode, okay, like user exit mode. Here when I type, here I can use which one, ping trace tunnel. Okay, then when I type system view, I'll go to second view. Okay, when I can type this command, I'll go to system view. There I can configure interfaces. See, or you can configure routing protocol. Okay, mentioned over here. See, user view, we can only ping and telnet. But when you type system, you'll go to system view. When you type this command, you'll go to system view. There we can configure interfaces, protocols, everything. Okay. How do we edit the command? See, we have so much of keys. Okay. Backspace, you can delete the character. Okay. Move cursor to left. Left cursor, control B, moves the cursor one character left. Just telling. Okay. And here also we have that which one, tab key. If you don't know the full command, put info, then put a tab, you will get info set with the full command. Okay. So tab key will complete the partial commands. Okay. If you put a incorrect command, the tab will not help you. Okay. The command should be, the whatever command part you are giving should be correct one. Otherwise, no, what happened, that tab will not help you. Then question mark. I don't know anything. No, I'll put the question mark. They will show you that list of commands available in that particular view. Okay, user view or system view. Now here I want to say the command starting with D, then put question mark. You can see D. Okay, debugging, delete, DLR, everything. Okay, helping. Okay, now interpreting command and error message. Okay, so sys name. So here this one shows that there's a command. There should be an argument here. Okay, there should be an error. Okay, incomplete command. Here you have to put something. And here router if 111, so here is error, that means this part, whenever the that particular symbol is there, means there is the one place where error happens, so we have to change that part. Okay, that's what that ambiguous command, that keyword or that symbol showing. Okay, undo. No, if you want to see system view, I read the system view. Okay, then what happened? No, sysname server. Okay, I read server, then I want to go back to the previous one, means you have to undo sysname. Okay, we'll go back. See here, sysname means I am going to change the name of the like host name. Okay, I want to change the host name as server. So it's server. Now when I put undo sysname, what happened? No, host name back to Huawei. Now run and undo. So this one is run undo command to restore default configuration. Okay, default is Huawei. When I give sysname server, name change to server, but when I undo sysname, again go back to Huawei. Then undo command disable a function. Okay, sysview FTP server enable. If you want to disable FTP, undo FTP server. Okay, Delete a configuration. How do we undo? Interface G0 bar 1. I put an IP address. I came to know that the IP address is wrong. What should I do? Undo IP address. No need to mention the IP address. Just put undo IP address. No need to put that values. Okay. Like we in Cisco we used to do no. Here instead of no it is undo. Okay. Then different shortcuts here. Control A moves the cursor to the beginning of current line. Control B moves the cursor to one character. So remember this. Maybe I don't know whether they'll ask about these shortcuts. Okay, but still there. Okay. Then basic commands. See, you know the Linux commands. Okay. 1 minute. So some basic Linux commands are there. Like PW, you know that PWD means print the current directory or working directory where you are. Okay. See the contents inside the current directory, dir directory. So to see the contents of a text file more, then change the current working directory ACD. In Linux, I think it's CD. Change directory. Here it is ACD. Create a directory. I think in Linux it is mkdir. Here it is makdir. Okay, just a A is added in between. Mkdir, just makdir. Okay. They'll ask you maybe what is the command to check the current directory. PWD same as Linux. Okay. Directory also same. To see the contents of the files, we just put the then content of a display the content of a text file more. Okay, I think there it is nano. Then current working directory in Linux it is CD. Here it is ACD. Create a directory in Linux. I think it is mkdir. It is makdir. Okay, all these commands they mentioned here. Okay, remove a directory rmdir. Say copy a file. Copy file names. Okay, move a file from one place to another, like that. Okay, rename a file, rename, delete a file, delete. Okay, remember these commands. To get back the file, deleted file you want to restore means undelete. Okay, instead of undo delete, just put undelete. Permanently delete a file, reset even, reset even. Okay, whatever contents are there, reset even, just reset. Okay. To configure the system name, I want the by default name for the Huawei router is Huawei. So I'm going to change that to any name. System name, then give name like I can give the name of other. Okay, then the name will be changed to other. I have to set the clock of the machine. Like we can set the clock in Cisco switch or router same here, but another command clock time zone, put the time zone, then add or minus the offset. Okay. Then clock date time UTC that depends upon the country. Okay. Hour, minute, second, year, month, day. Current or UTC date and time. Okay. Then for this command that one. Okay. This is the local time zone. Say we have Muscat time zone, Dubai like that time zone. Okay. Then configure the daylight saving time, clock daylight saving time. Okay. We usually use this command to change the name, like host name, okay. Then command level. This command configures a level 4 commands and specified. There are different levels. I told you, visit the monitoring configuration management 0, 1, 2, 3. So which level we need can put that number, level number. Okay. Then how do you configure that password for telnet or remote access? Okay. See? User interface. We had Intel Cisco. We had line VTY 0 to 4. Okay. Here this user interface. Then set. Then we'll put password. No login exit. Here they will put set authentication password cipher then password. Okay. That one. Encrypted password. Then idle timeout. So how long they will wait for the user to enter the password, that particular idle timeout. Okay. Maximum is default is 10 minutes. Then again, count to configure interface IP address, like in Cisco interface number, IP address, IP. Then no need to put subnet mask. To show the current configuration, usually we used to type show run. Here it is display current configuration. Saving is save. Show the saved configuration, like we have show startup. No? Here display saved configuration. How do we reset the saved configuration? Clear. Okay, reset saved configuration. So see the startup, show startup. Here it is display startup. So configure the configuration file for next startup. Startup saved configuration. Now how do we save that configuration? Here it is startup saved configuration. Then file. Okay. Reboot the device. Reboot command. Or restart is reboot. Then we have file query commands. Okay, so here PWD in a router, if I type PWD, they will show you flash memory where you are in flash memory. Okay, DIR means it will show you the list of files there. 10123 the ID of files. DIR W means that read or write or not like that. Permissions. Okay, attributes. Okay, then total this much bytes, total this much free. MKDR test means create a directory test. See, test. Okay, RMDR test means remove the directory. The test will be removed. See, when I remove that one, rename. Okay, before that, when I put DAR, that test is gone. Rename Huawei.text to save.zip. Okay, so when I change, when you want to rename a command, no, you can put this. See here, Huawei.text. Where is the Huawei.text? There was a file. Now it is renamed into save.zip. Okay, here we can see that. Now copy the file into text file. Copy save.zip. This file, no. After we have to convert the text file, copy the content of text file to this command. So this will be into file.text. What happened now? The content of save.zip will be copied to file.text and the text file also created by using this command. Okay. Then moving file from one location to another location. So move the source file, then where you want to move. Okay. The CD, DXC, when you enter that folder, we can see that file.text over there. Okay, delete that file.text, delete file name, remove from here. Undelete, get the file back. So you can see that. Okay, all easy commands. Okay, now how do we configure the basic commands? Okay, so I want to connect a router to the PC. The PC has an IP 192.168.1.2/24 prefix. The router is 192.168.1.1/24. The interface is GE001. I want to assign the IP, I want to set the password Huawei123, I want to save that in Huawei.zip file. I want to remotely log in. Now, first thing, in the user exit mode, you used to type enable. Now, here you will type sysview, system view, then they will go to next mode. There I can type the command for changing the host name or the name of the switch Huawei to AR1. So sys name, instead of host name, you have sys name AR1. In that, if you want to configure the interface name, IP address, of mask just keep 24 that prefix value. Okay, then quit. Then if you want to configure the remote access, no telnet, no user interface VT024 authentication or password, then privilege level 1 and the password is given. Okay, the password and the privilege level. So I told you different levels. No, so you set the level as 1. Okay, so what is that user privilege level? I think we saw in the top. Okay, I'll show you the privilege level. So we'll get a clear idea what is privilege level. Privilege level where I put in, let me check. Okay, okay, monitoring level. There you can run the system maintenance commands, include display commands, all the display commands, hash mode. Okay, 0 is that user exit mode, this is privilege mode, hash mode, then it's configuration. Okay, after that go down, down. Reboot only finish. All basic commands only, easy chapter, you can easily go to, just remember the commands. Okay, now, okay, here. So I set the privilege level. After that, quit. Now what happened now? Saving. We do WR. Now here we are putting save. Then the file name dot zip. Okay. Then startup. Then save the file to startup. Now we do like no copy run to start now. For that we use startup save configuration. This one. So we save the startup configuration. Then show startup. No display startup. Where we can see that what of things it is. Then display configuration candidate. Display the commands that have been configured but not committed. Okay, we are configured, but we are not saved it, or we didn't convert this to startup. That's what, so that we can see display configuration. Okay. Display current configuration means whatever things you have configured, show them like that. Okay. Display startup, whatever commands you have saved, startup configuration like system software configuration file, PDF, everything. Okay, it will be stored there. Okay. So what is the VRP version currently using Huawei device is VRP 8. What is the maximum number of users allowed to log into Huawei through console port currently? It is only one user because we have only one console port. Okay. How do I specify configuration file for next startup? If a device has multiple configuration file, we save that configuration. Okay, startup configuration. The value also is here, both file name and extension. Okay, that's what coming under this chapter. Let's stop this recording. Stop recording.